This 13th floor video session is powered by The Rock Shop. That's good.
Cool.
Throw it down a little bit. Okay. Hi, welcome to the 13th floor. I'm Marty Duda, and today we have Candice Milner from down in Littleton.
Mm-hmm.
And you're on your first tour of New Zealand. You've got your first album out, Evergreen.
Yep.
Played a show at the Wine Cellar last night. Going to the music awards tonight. It's all on, right?
Yeah.
How does it feel, as Bob once said?
Good, a little bit overwhelming, but good.
Yeah?
Yeah, fun.
So tell me about the show at the Wine Cellar first off.
It was a little bit quieter than the previous ones. I've never played in Auckland before, so it was new and it was a good experience though. Met some people and yeah.
And just being on the road in general, what's that like for you?
I guess everyone would say it's tiring. So, yeah,
I don't know, I've never been on the road.
It's a little bit tiring. I mean, thinking about one show, focusing on that, and then the next one, and it's just,
right.
Yeah.
We should point out for folks who are not aware that you're merely 18 years old, so you're starting out at this at a very young age, and is it kind of what you expected it to be at this point?
Yeah, I guess so. That's what I wanted it to be. I mean, I left school hoping to do this, so it's certainly what I want to do. So yeah. You
just kind of threw all your eggs in the basket and decided to see what was going on. So you're going to the music awards tonight. What are you expecting to happen there?
I'd like to meet some musicians hopefully at the end of it, but I'm really looking forward to watching all the performances and stuff, and it's just interesting. It's
Who
cool
do you want to
see.
meet?
I don't know.
Start stalking them,
I'm really looking forward to Tammy Nielsen's performance. That's going to be great.
Right?
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Yes, she is. She's very cool.
She's great.
And have you met Tammy?
No.
Oh, well,
no.
You'll get along just fine, I'm sure. So let's find out a little bit more about you before you perform a couple of songs for us. So you grew up in Littleton, in that area?
Yes. Same house my whole life.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
It's a very stable existence, would you say, which is unusual for a lot of people, because there's usually something going on.
Especially after the earthquakes and
That's
whatnot.
true.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, what would you say was your first musical memory?
Probably, I mean, I never learnt music or anything at a young age, but probably just getting played lots of music as a kid by my parents. My parents would chuck me in front of the computer every night before bed and watch a bunch of music videos, which isn't probably good for sleeping, but you know, that's what they did, and I like music, so maybe that's something
back in
to
the
do with
day, you
it.
used to have a transistor radio with you when you'd sneak under your pillow to go to sleep, so I guess that's kind of the 21st century equivalent of that.
Yeah, maybe.
So what kind of stuff were you exposed to?
All sorts of stuff, mostly like 80s, 90s music, that sort of thing, yeah.
Did you have any favorites?
Yeah, I mean, I really liked, like, my dad really liked, like, Robbie Williams and Kylie Minogue and those sorts of people, which I thought was cool at the time, but it's not what I'm inspired by now.
I have to admit that I had to take my oldest daughter to see Milli Vanilli once, so I mean, we all have our, you know. In fact, I see there's a best of the 90s tour coming with like Tone Loc and Young MC and all those folks, so you might want to check that out.
Yeah, and I saw the Venga Boys either just came to New
Zealand, they were just here, right?
Yeah, they just came, yeah. So that's kind of funny. I watched them as well.
All right, so you're going to perform a couple of songs, and we're going to listen to one now. The first one is called Valley of Blue. What can you tell me about that one?
I think it's a little bit about how we sort of, as humans do, we sort of treat our world like we own it, you know, and how we're sort of destroying it slowly. But
I see you have a tattoo of
Littleton.
Of Littleton on your arm, so you're obviously very connected to the land.
Yes, yeah.
When did you have that done?
I had this done about, maybe 6 months ago. Yeah, so I took a bunch of photos of my view, which I actually write a lot of songs to the view
Right.
of my room, and I drew it myself, and then I got it stenciled and got it tattooed. Yeah.
And how did your parents feel about that?
They were all right.
Alrighty. Okay, well, let's listen to Valley of Blue, since you're wearing it, and then we'll come back and talk some more.
Cool.
In this valley of blue, there once was a forest, and the birds would sing to you in nature's chorus. And down in this valley once lived creatures now raided with vultures. In this valley of blue, it was destroyed by you and the other humans who once cared for it. And the cliffs will fall, the mountains closing in this valley of blue. On the plains below, the lake has frozen over, hiding all below in the depths of the waters. And down in the burrows are hiding young ones you'll never know. They don't trust the ground above anymore. And the cliffs will fall, the mountains closing in this valley of blue. And the cliffs will fall, the mountains closing in this blue. In this valley of blue, it's now lost. Drum it in your brain now. It's gone. In this valley of blue, it has erased all trace of ever creating you, or the memories it's replaced you. And the cliffs will fall, the mountains closing in this valley of blue. And the cliffs will fall, the mountains closing in this blue. In this blue. Blue.
Okay, we're back here with Candice Milner, talking about her new album, Evergreen, her first album. And I read somewhere that you were quoted as saying that you'd worked with, you obviously recorded this down in Littleton with Ben
Yep.
Edwards producing, but that you had worked with some other producers before that. And I'm wondering if you can tell me what those experiences were like and how they shaped the way you kind of came about making music that sounds like this.
Well, I guess I started by, I knew I wanted to write music, obviously, when I was about, I don't know, going maybe 13 was when I started writing music. And my grandmother had just passed away from pancreatic cancer, and so that was actually, I think it was my first song that I wrote, and I really wanted to raise some funds for Canteen, So I did that with Angel's Gate Studios, which is good. And I just ended up going around Christchurch and meeting different producers and just trying out different things.
So what kind of things did you try out?
Just my own
Was
songs.
it different styles of presenting the way your songs were going to sound?
No, I think every time it was how I played it and how I'm about to play it. But I think with every producer's different. Like one producer I had was quite into like big bands and like rock music, alti rock, and another one was quite into his jazz. And like every single time I was sort of a little bit unsure if it was what I wanted, and I guess I was being a bit picky, but then when
Hey, it's your music.
Yeah. But when I met Ben, I just thought, okay, we'll demo some songs, we'll see how that goes. And Ben really sort of understood or liked the same sort of music I did, and I think he was just really good at interpreting how I wanted it, I guess. But yeah, it ended up being exactly how I wanted it.
This is a fairly sparse sound, but there's there's guitar, but there's also strings and piano involved in there, but not a lot else. A little bit here and there.
Yeah.
So did you talk a lot about the instrumentation?
Well, yeah, because I knew I wanted it quite stripped back, and he talked about this sort of spectrum, how we wanted like the really raw stripped back songs, we wanted some in the middle, and then we wanted our big walls of sound, that sort of thing. So that's what we sort of did with Run For It, which was the first single that I released. But yeah, so I never play it like that with the band, like big like that. But we wanted to work with lots of little musicians and make everything as different as we could and have fun with it, I guess. Yeah.
And did you listen to a lot of the other things that he had produced or
Yes,
engineered?
yeah, well, not a lot, but yeah, I mean, I loved Marlon's album and Aldous Harding and Tammy's, and yeah, I loved all of those, so I knew that I wanted to try work with him, and everyone raves about him, so so yeah.
You do indeed.
Yeah.
And then, well, it's one thing to get yourself into a studio and record the thing, but it's another thing to get yourself on a record label and get it released and end up on tour. So how did you draw attention to yourself? Was it all through kind of what was going on online, or were there more things involved in that?
I mean, I guess I've been working on it like non-stop for the past 2 years. Like I guess my artistry and stuff, I've just mostly been pushing it on social media myself because that's all I can do.
Right.
But then that's really helped me to pick up festival slots or little interviews here and there and live sessions and all sorts of random things which have all added up over time. So yeah, I think I'm just in the right place now to be doing this first tour. So yeah.
All right, well that's good. So after you're through here, you're heading down to Wellington, right?
Yes, yeah. I am on Saturday.
And you're playing with different musicians in different
towns. So it's quite choppy and changey, but the band in Christchurch came with us down to Dunedin, and so we did the same sort of show, those two shows, and then here I brought my electric guitarist up to here, and we met a fiddle player here, and we have different opening acts for each show, and our Wellington again is going to be a bit different, but yeah.
So you having fun?
Yeah, lots of fun.
That's the important
Learning
thing.
lots about how I want to do it, so it's quite interesting.
Cool. So you got one more song for us, and it's called Wooden Doors.
Yes.
What can you tell me about that one?
I released it earlier this year in May.
As a single?
Yes, yeah, as a single. And the broadcasting school in Christchurch did a video for me, so I released that as well.
And what about the song itself?
This one's more of like a story that I just made up in my head, and I really played with the melody a bit more than the lyrics, I guess, in this one. I just had a bit more fun with that sort of side of things as opposed to the lyrics. Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, thank you very much for stopping by
That's
and
all
playing
right.
some songs for us. Good luck on your trip to Wellington.
Thank you.
And we'll look for more stuff.
Cool.
Thanks.
on the front porch. I wait, waiting for you to break these wooden doors. They're rotting. Sooner or later, you're gonna have to let me in. And I'm gonna knock until my fingers bleed. And I'm gonna knock until you answer me. Oh, on the back porch, you hide from those devil eyes. You scope and the many ropes that I've tied to myself. You cut them free, and I'm gonna knock until my fingers bleed. And I'm gonna knock until you answer me. Oh, and I'm gonna knock until my fingers bleed. And I'm gonna knock until you answer me. Oh, on the front porch, I wait, waiting for you to break these wooden doors. They're rotting. Sooner or later, you're gonna have to let me in.